Magandang araw from your Shakey's V-League. Fourth play date of our collegiate conference, and we will be bringing you live action over GMA News TV sa pagitan ng opening day winner Ateneo Lady Eagles versus opening day loser ang San Sebastian Lady Stags. Ronnie Magsadok together with Miss Andre Mulya at Ann, itong dalawang koponan talaga namang powerhouses sa UAAP at NCAA. Looking for its second win ang Ateneo, looking for its first win naman ang San Sebastian Lady Stags.
That's right. So a lot of people, kita nga natin, punong-puno ang arena ngayon. Of course, a lot of people anticipating, mainit. Mainit din ang laban mamaya. Of course, they're anticipating kung makakabawi ba itong San Sebastian mula sa pagkatalo nila. And itong Lady Eagles naman, kung maitutuloy nila ang kanilang winning streak.
I talk about the Lady Stags, si Coach Roger Gurayev, as we take a look at the team standings. They're hoping to rebound from their opening day loss. But right now, after 3 play dates kasamang Ann, ito ngayon ang katayuan ng ating mga koponan.
So right now, San Sebastian still at the bottom, pero yun nga, no, ang nakita natin, unang laro nila lost to St. Benilde. So that's why today, it's very important na makabawi sila. It's going to be tough dahil they're going up against a strong team like Ateneo, pero their hopes are high dahil yun nga, kung titignan din natin at pag-uusapan natin mamaya, hindi rin ganun kakumpleto ang lineup nitong Ateneo team.
Maraming mga players ang merong nararamdaman ngayon, opting to sit out the first few games, but hopefully those who are in active duty will be able to hold fort. We talk about San Sebastian. Ang kanilang ace player, of course, will be Gretzel Soltones, who played as a libero in their first game. But let's see kung ano ang kanyang magiging role ngayon dito sa kanilang pangalawang laro.
Well, right now, looking at her uniform, still suited up as a libero, and ito yung isa sa malaking loss ng San Sebastian because in their last game, no one actually produced double-digit scores mula sa koponan nila.
Tanging si Julina Labiano lamang ang nangibabaw with 9 points at yung sumunod sa kanya only followed with 8 points. But let's focus right now on the flip side with the Ateneo Lady Eagles. Marami nagsasabi it's a different team without Eliza Valdez. But they won without Eliza Valdez suiting up in their first game. But today nakikita natin kasamang naka-uniform si Eliza Valdez.
That's right. And actually, I was talking to the people kanina, no, dun sa dugout sa team nila and some of their managers. It looks like itong si Eliza Valdez, as much as possible, kung pwedeng hindi palaruin, ganun pa rin to get that much
nakangiti,
rest.
oh?
Nakangiti. Kasi may posibilidad na malaruin siya ngayong araw na to. At I'm sure kahit na pagod din, excited din maglaro.
Always excited to watch the Ateneo Lady Eagles and the San Sebastian Lady Stags. Who will win? We will find out in a very short while.
Let's call on our starting lineup from our Lady Eagles of the Ateneo de Manila University. Let's start off with our setter, number 7, Giselle Tan. At number 14, Bea De Leon. Number 15, Joanna Maragino. Number 16, Rongomay Papa Amy Ahomiro. Number 17, Madeleine Madayad. And at number 18, Kim Hekeliana. And playing libero, number 1, Jamie La Vitoria. Head coach, Mr. Anusorn Bundit. Calling on our Lady Stags of San Sebastian College. At number 1, Nika Arabe. Number 3, guest player, Charmaine Cruz. Number 8, Nika Mariel Dalisay. Number 9, Vera Guillema. Number 11, Mariel Sinamban. Number 12, Catherine Villegas. Libero, number 16, Eliza Eroa. And sitting in as head coach is Mr. Clint Malazzo. This is match number 10 of the preliminaries. The best of luck to both teams.
Tenth game of our 10-play day tournament. At itong Lady Eagles at ang Lady Stags will try to outdo each other kasamang in their bid to prosper their chances of making it to the next phase.
Now again, yung big question dito, no, how both teams will play itong San Sebastian, how sila babawi, no, mula dun sa kanilang pagkatalo. And Ateneo again, kung paano mailalabas ang kanilang laro despite the absence of Valdez on the floor.
Joanna Maragino exploded for 23 points in the initial game for Ateneo. But of course, it's a different story when Eliza Valdez is also in active duty for Coach Ty Bundit. Clint Malazzo will call the shots for the Lady Stags in lieu of head coach Roger Gurayev. A lot of new faces, a lot of new names, but it seems that the Ateneo Lady Eagles continues to be one of the top teams here in our collegiate conference.
I think one of the things na pinapabantayan itong si Coach Raibundit sa kanyang girls, yung reception, dahil kahit si Ella De Jesus is also not suited up today.
And looking at the lineups of a lot of teams, yung mga players who played for the national team and also saw action in sa mga previous international tournaments, I think first time na ating mga young athletes to feel and experience this type of a long season or an extended season.
Yeah.
And that's why some of them are trying to recuperate. Some of them got hurt. And that's the reason why I believe itong si Soltones is playing the libero role because pinapahinga niya yung balikat niya.
Oh, that's right. Actually, ang hirap din siguro for Soltones, who's one of the top scorers, to watch your squad play. At yun nga, buti na lang at may naitutulong pa rin syempre sa libero, as a libero.
First point of the first set went earlier for Ateneo. But right now, Ateneo committing an attack error. At itong koponan ng San Sebastian nails his first point. Kung titignan natin yung height comparison of Ateneo and San Sebastian, and ang lalaki ng mga Lady Eagles.
Oh, ang hahaba.
Oo, manliliit ka rito. Service error for San Sebastian. At ayaw nila yan. You want to minimize your errors and try to build confidence as the game goes along.
Most especially committing that service error, yan ang ayaw mo.
Sa umpisa ng laro, di ba?
Giveaway yan eh.
Oo, pero mukhang giveaway din ang pinakawalan dito ng Ateneo earlier. It was Catherine Villegas committing the service error for San Sebastian. Now it's the turn of Giselle Tan, ang setter after ni Morado na ngayon ay malalagay sa spotlight para dito sa Lady Eagles. San Sebastian getting that ball in. Back set. Maraginat once again rising to the occasion, nails her first attack point. Bigat. New name, new face, same result. Solitary blocker in this ultra fast spike is brought to you by ultra fast LTE for a happy family. 3-2, Ateneo still ahead. Joanna Maraginot exploding for over 20 points, but more importantly, Ateneo won versus UST. At ngayon ay naghahanap ng pangalawang sunod na panalo. Good serve for Maraginot.
Pure execution.
Oo, walang buwelo. And this is a team that is trying to rebuild. Itong koponan ng San Sebastian. And that's a part of their school's program. Yung pinakamahirap sa coaches is to try and continue spinning the wheel, ika nga, in terms of recruitment. As Maraginot was not able to get that ball in.
But right now, itong San Sebastian, they have 3 points on the scoreboard. All scored off the errors of Ateneo. So they have yet to really score one.
And they gave up another point. At ang ating mga puntos dito sa unang 8 palitan ay galing sa errors at galing sa service errors, and that's why the score stands right now at 5-3. And serving for Ateneo is Miss Bea De Leon, who also played well for the Lady Eagles versus UST. De Leon with a service ace. Going down the line. No one protecting that part, that zone for San Sebastian. Parang naninibago pa itong ating mga players for Baste.
And nangangapa pa rin sila, no? Even with their first ball.
And again, a poor reception. This is a chance ball given up by San Sebastian. Giselle Tan, the cross-court set. And once again, Ateneo scores. Wala tayong blockers na nakikita to defend Ateneo's Maraginot.
And very crucial ang first line of defense at the net para matulungan din yung depensa sa likod.
Tulong ang hinahanap dito ng Baste in terms of defense and likewise in terms of offense. Backline attack. Di papasok. Nabitin para kay Madayag pero mukhang net violation ang matatawag, and just like that. And we head into the first technical timeout with Ateneo ahead 8-3. TV, Saturdays 12:55 p.m. live, Sundays 12:45 p.m. also live, Monday, Thursdays at 1 p.m. And we will be bringing in the third member of our TV panel today, Miss Trisha Robredo.
Ann and Ronnie, dalawang ang kupunan na naghaharap ngayong araw ay ang kupunan ng dalawang matalik na magkaibigan. Itong si Eliza Valdez at ang kanyang Lady Eagles at ito namang si Gretchen Sotones at ang kanyang Lady Stags. Now these two were actually teammates in their summer leagues, both in the national team and in the V-League. And it is these summer leagues that caused fatigue and some pains and injuries dito sa dalawa, supposedly forcing them into rest and recovery. Pero kapag nandiyan na nga ang calls of duty, hindi tatalikod ang dalawang kapitanan. Despite the shoulder injury, Gretchen suits up as a libero to up her team's defense and lead the rookie Laden Baste. Ito namang si Eliza ay napabalik ng mas maaga, especially with Ella Jesus' absence today. Sabi sa akin kanina ni Coach Parley na namaga at mukhang na-irritate daw ang mata ni Ella kaya dinala muna sa Cardinal. Now while Eliza will be sitting down for a while, pag kulangin daw sila sa tawa, ibabalik si Baldo. That's all for now, Ann and Ronnie.
Gretchen and Baldo, the best of friends, but right now playing for opposite teams. San Sebastian with 4 points. And they will give up the 9th point para dito sa Ateneo. Mas bibo na rito ang rotation at transition ng Lady Stags. However, yung efficiency ng kanilang atake ay hindi pa rin umaangat.
Still very low. And again, as I pointed out earlier, most of the points nga nitong Baste, nanggagaling pa sa errors ng Ateneo.
Tama yan. Villegas trying to attack was rejected. Labiano looking for a check ball, will not connect. Ateneo in full control with a 6-point lead. Ito yung isa sa mga players na nakita ko yung maturity at evolution. Itong si Ami Ahumiro. If it's fun, family, and pizza, it's got to be Shakey's.
Oh, over the years, started off the bench.
Correct.
And really worked her way to be part of the starting six.
And she has been a major star for Ateneo in the last few years. Of course, under the tutelage of Coach Tai Bundit. Labiano going deep. Labiano once again overcooking Ateneo with a 7-point lead at 11-4. Timeout muna si Coach Parley Tupas to try and set things on a better course.
Puro error na tayo. Paano tayo pupuntos? Mahipon nyo na lang sa block. Mako-coverage pa natin kasi puro outside eh. Isipan nyo maigi, Mariel. Isipan nyo maigi. Puro open na nga, puro size, puro outside naman. Pagka binigyan ka ng, minsan lang magka-receive, binigyan ka ng chance eh. Kaya outside mo pa. Single block yun, no?
Itong si Coach Clint, nakikita na rin, It could also be because intimidating itong front line ng Ateneo. That's why karamihan sa mga opensa ng San Sebastian lumalabas. They try to avoid the blockers as much as they can.
You also have to factor in na parang home court ng Ateneo.
Oo naman.
Itong Phil Oil Frying V Arena.
Oo.
Palakpakan pa lang, umaalog na. Villegas with a tip. Good reaction coming from Giselle Tan. Free ball given up by Ateneo. Back set for Villegas. Going for a drop. Contained. Backline attack. That will go out. At ito yung sinasabi mo, Ann. Karamihan ng puntos ng San Sebastian galing sa unforced errors ng Ateneo Lady Eagles. At ito ang main gunner ng Ateneo, si Julina Labiano, who top scored for them with 9 points in their loss versus the Benil Blazers. Nice looking serve for Labiano, brings them closer to Ateneo. 6 serving 11 still here in the first set.
San Sebastian needs to be more aggressive at ilapit ang kanilang score dito sa Ateneo.
Stan going to the back line again.